Jurgen, first of all, Alex Teixeira has decided to move to China, effectively saying the absence of a concrete offer from here. He's taken the decision to make the next step of his career over there. What do you make of a player at 26 going over to China, and also the financial power of China now in the transfer market?
Well, first of all, I think we should respect that we all can make our own decisions, and not all of our decisions are a sign for a new development in the world or something like this. I think in a lot of parts of Europe, the people in football talk about the financial power of England because of the television contract and things like this, and now maybe it's another competitor, I don't know exactly, maybe there's China, but it was since a few years I know about financial situation in football in China. So, and it's an individual decision. So if you want to go there, and I think if you are 26 and if you got an offer like he got, everybody would think about it. Yeah. So now there are few problems less for the next generation of Teixeiras, I would say. Yeah, and that's good news for the whole family. So that's I have no problem with this. It's absolutely these are normal things in football, and I don't think it's a sign in general. Yeah, if you want to change your situation and there's an offer from a club in China, then everybody would think about it. Maybe next the newspapers from China are asking for British journalists or the television stations. When the football gets bigger and bigger, then we can talk again. I have to ask you, what do we want in China? Yeah.
Also reports today suggesting that Daniel Sturridge is considering quitting the club in the summer, suggesting that he's fed up a perception that he maybe lacks hunger. Have you spoken to him? What's your response to that, and how do you keep his long-term future?
Sorry, can you please start again? Daniel Sturridge said?
No, he's not said. But there's a suggestion in various reports that he's...
Why should I think about the suggestion of who? Who suggested?
Well, that's not for me to do.
Oh! So, if somebody, or maybe I can say it in the camera, if somebody want to ask me something about he have heard about Daniel Sturridge, then he can ask me, but not suggestions I'm not interested in. It's absolutely nothing. Daniel is back in training, that's great, since 2 days. So everything looks good in this moment. Now it's normal football training. What's really good is for us and good for him. He came day before yesterday together with Phil and Devok. It's, if you see these three players, then you know what you missed for a few weeks. So that's the thing. But there's absolutely nothing else to say about. I heard nothing.
I suppose if I was to put it a different way, I mean, you've spoken about his injuries in the past and dealing with what's serious pain and what isn't. So in that case, is he on board with everything that you're trying to do in terms of getting back to full fitness? Does he understand exactly where you're coming from your conversations that you've had with him?
I think so, absolutely. Well, could be a doubt. But it's all about, you ask questions, I give answers. The most of the things I would not speak about when you won't ask. So that's pretty easy. So and that was all. So we had, obviously there were a few problems in the past with injuries. Not only since I'm here, so that's a part of the truth, of course. So, but now this is past. That would be cool if we could leave it there. So and can start from now on. That's what I don't know exactly when it was, but I said what Daniel needs, how each player needs, is consistent training. That's normal to be. Fit for Premier League football. That's all. And we tried everything we could to bring him in this shape. And now we are in the moment where we hopefully can can get the benefit of this work, and that's all.
Available this weekend?
No, because of training. Nothing 10 days. No, that's not. I don't know when I said 10 days. It's about training. That's all. And now it's 2 days training. Today would be the third day training. It's the last. It's -1 training. That's not too intensive. So that's not. That we have to. Yeah. That's always difficult. Devok, Phil, and Daniel in training, and of course you think after 5 minutes, maybe we should take them back in the squad. But that's the moment when you have to say, come on, we have another maybe three sessions which we can use, and they are available for West Ham. So that's the idea in this moment. If nothing happens in the next session.
Is it frustrating the time all of this, a potential distraction, or is it something that you not really too bothered about?
What is frustrating?
This latest story that has come out, is it frustrating in terms of the timing rather than concentrating on the match against Sunderland?
Sorry, but which story? There's Daniel's story.
Yeah.
There is no story.
Okay.
How it can be a story? You cannot create stories and then ask me if somebody want to say something, and please write your name under it and don't suggest something. That's not too cool. So it's no story. It's absolutely not frustrating. It's not interesting.
As far as Sunderland are concerned, you could argue that they were unlucky against Manchester City the other night. They had good spells throughout that game. How would you assess them coming to you in the way that Sam Allardyce appears to have got them far more organised now?
A few changes in the squad. They had a few transfers, and so they're good transfers, to be honest. And so that will be a different team, of course. And now they played, absolutely okay against Man City, and that's not too easy, how everybody knows in the league. So I think they took a good number of or a good portion of confidence out of this game. So that's what we will feel, I think. But we want to, and we have to do better than we did in Leicester, because we were absolutely not satisfied with our performance in Leicester. So we have to, if you want like this, then we have to strike back, and that's what we have to do. And that's not too important who's the opponent. It's at Anfield, and we are at home, and so we need these points, and that's what everybody have to know. So yeah, Sunderland is maybe, I don't know, better or different than before, but we have to be too, and that's what should be then at the end make the difference.
Julia?
Are you in Salon right now? Are you in Salon after the first game?
The next thing, that's really funny. It was never a story with, so, do you want that I tell again the whole story? There never, and it was never an issue with police or something. It was nothing. No, I didn't. You know the story? That's what you're talking about, or what? Or the soft story?
The soft story.
That's not a story. I have no problem. I said it, and I said it afterwards. A lot of times in my life, people said worse things about me, and I think in this room, a few people think worse about me. So that's possible. Maybe not you. Thank you. But so that's not really no problem. I have a big respect for Sam Allardyce. So he's such experienced manager in the Premier League, and I don't know how many years he is working here. So, and everybody said to me when we played first time against Sunderland, so they will stay in the league because Sam Allardyce is there. So I'm not too long here to exactly understand what this means, but he is successful, and so I have absolutely no problem, and I will have no problem, and we will shake hands before the game, and if I don't forget it, we will shake hands after the game, and between, I hope my team is playing not that friendly. So.
Mike?
Jurgen, you spoke last week, and you have done on a couple of occasions after matches where you've been disappointed with the decision making when Liverpool are attacking. no matter how hard you train, match situations are completely different to what you do now, aren't they?
Yeah, of course it's different. But first of all, the main part is where we can talk about it, because we don't have time to train. And how could we do? So we play all 3 days. I don't want to complain about it. Don't misunderstand it, please. But it is like it is. So it's not possible that we say, come on, we take 5 sessions and work on this. So because we have always games after 2 sessions, and these 2 sessions are usually recovery sessions. So that's the thing. But it's obviously it's not all the time like this, but it's sometimes like this. And my feeling after Leicester was that with a few better decisions, we could have had a completely different result. And so if it's like this, then it's not easy after the game immediately to say, okay, no problem. I know where's the problem. Yeah, I know where's the problem, but to solve it, it's not in the same way easy. Though you have to work on it and you have to talk about it. That's what we did. Today we have this session where we try to work on it. But first of all, everybody, especially the players, should know that they of course can do better. That's not a problem of quality or things like this. It's in the moment where you have to open your eyes and decide which option is the best one. And so that's what we did not in Leicester. And so we shot in a few moments where, it was not the best choice, I would say, and sometimes our crosses were not clear enough to make something with it. How I said, sometimes it's more a proposal than a real target. Our crosses have not a real target, so that's sometimes a problem. So it's always a little bit different, but it's football, and we know about it. And the best thing in football is that you can do better without training, because of the quality the players have, and that's what we have to try.
How close is Joe Allen to getting involved and starting matches in Premier League games? Because he's been influential when he came off the bench and got the goal against Arsenal.
Yeah.
The penalty situation, he's played his part recently, hasn't he? But not
Yeah.
starting league games.
Yeah, very close, very close. I got a little knock on the shoulder in Leicester. Not the biggest problem, but a little problem. So hopefully everything is okay. We have to see how he feels today, but very close. Good shape, obviously good shape, and that's very important for us.
Jurgen, I know you've been impressed with John Flanagan since he returned to the squad. I'm sure he's got his part to play this season. Just wondering, he's been left out of the Europa League squad as well. Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah, of course, the reason. So with John, it was 18 months, right? So now the best news is for all John involved. He's back in the race, back on the pitch. That's really good. But in this moment, it's like it is. It's really early after his injury, so we always have to be careful when he's playing. Then I got always the advice: if a player needs 1 day recovery, Flano needs 2 or 3 days recovery. Not because he think he needs, only because of the seriousness of the injury. So, and I had to make decisions with the European squad, and it's not my hobby to disappoint players, especially not Flano, who did really nothing wrong until now. But it's 3 games a week, and the European League game for sure. In this moment, it's not sure, but we have 2 more games, hopefully a lot more. But in this moment, there are 2 more games, and they're always between other games, and so. We had the problem with Martin Skridl a little bit re-injured. He needs another 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. We have to see. So center half situation was offensive situation. We had our problems. So that's how. And at the end, you cannot believe how difficult it is to make a European squad. It's always difficult, but because you always think, okay, this player or no, and this player. And in this moment, with Flano's history in this year, the decision was like this.
Carl, earlier you said the period between the first handshake and the last handshake, you didn't want it to be not too friendly. Does your team need to be tougher on the pitch in terms of if can't win a game, don't lose it.
That's always like this, eh? It's not only my team, so that's always like this. Well, 2 weeks ago we spoke about, I think it's 2 weeks ago, I don't know, maybe it's longer or shorter, Norwich. We spoke about the character, mentality, striking back and things like this. Then we played the Leicester game. It's top of the table, and they were not better than we were on this evening. So that I think everybody could see. But at the end, Jamie Vardy first goal, it's not really a chance. It's only a goal. So that's cool for him. And and the second goal, I don't like it. I saw it 20 times, I think, after it. But it's with slipping away and things like this, so unlucky situation. It was not our best day. And what you could see in this moment was confidence makes a difference sometimes. So they didn't care what we are doing so too much. When we had our chances, they didn't change anything because they have in this year the experience. The other team will have chances. But if we got one, probably we will use it. So that's the big difference between a lot of teams and Leicester in this year, and so on. That's what we have to feel on this evening. But at the end, I think it's not. We should not stay too long in this game. It was not the game I would have seen, but it was like it was, and now we have the next chance, and that's the most important thing. And it's not. I think we don't have to talk every week about completely different things and say, okay, this week was very good mentality in striking back. Next week we gave the game up too easy. A colleague of you asked me after the game if I would like to see the intensity of Leicester in my team and things like this. So we ran 4 kilometers more than them, maybe, and they made a few better ways. That's possible. So it's always, it's not always about more or things like this. It's about decision making, but it's not to only to talk about. We have to do it, and that's what we know about it. We know about it. So it's that's the big. I think it's one of the last steps we have to do, but it's a big step. And if we can do this, then results will change.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.